are in the first stage of the economic growth, so we need to pay by environment. Environment, and then when we pass the turning point, so maybe our environmental quality will be enhanced. In early stage, we can enhance, but we cannot remove the problem.
Wow.
We need to accept the problem for the economic growth. Yes, but we can enhance, we can reduce the environmental impact. Yes, time by time.
Right. สวัสดีค่ะยินดีต้อนรับทุกท่านเข้าสู่รายการ KKBS Research Podcast นะคะวันนี้นะคะเราได้รับเกียรติจากดร.เหงียนจันไทฮานะคะหรือว่าดร.ฮานะคะท่านเป็นอาจารย์ประจำที่คณะบริหารธุรกิจและการบัญชีค่ะวันนี้ท่านจะมาแชร์ประสบการณ์ในการทำวิจัยของท่านเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของความสัมพันธ์ระหว่างเศรษฐกิจนะคะหรือว่าเศรษฐศาสตร์ที่มีผลในเรื่องของสภาพแวดล้อมหรือสิ่งแวดล้อมนะคะนั้นเราจะขออนุญาต conduct เป็นภาษาอังกฤษนะคะค่ะ Hello Dr. Ha. Okay,
hello.
so welcome to our KKBS Research Podcast. So may I ask you the question? So what's about your research recently?
Thank you so much for your invitations, and I'm very happy to be here and share some insight from our research. Recently, our research focus on the economic growth and environmental problem. So we know that the basic hypothesis of between the economic growth and environmental problem is the environmental Kernes curve hypothesis. It shows that when we are in the first stage of the economic growth, so we need to pay by environment. Environment, and then when we pass the turning point, so maybe our environmental quality will be enhanced. Yes, so that how can we find the turning point? How can we find the channels? And through these channels, we can enhance environmental quality, but we still grow our we still keep our economic growth. Yes, that is our
your research. So that means from my understanding, so that means like when we think about like economic growth, it means like it's going to go up like this, and then it generate money, and then but when we generate the money, we also create some impact to environment, and then now you would like to find what's the turning point. Is that right?
Actually, so when we want to develop our economic, so we need to extract the energy, we need to use energy, we need to extract the natural resource, and this activity will impact on the environmental harms, and so maybe this is good in the first stage, but for a long time, it can cause the in reverse problem. Yes.
So that means like maybe in every growth step, they have some impact, especially like whatever you invest, right? It's gonna impact like environment. That's good. That's very interesting topic.
Luckily, so we have some now. We have some channels. So through this channel, we can enhance environmental quality, but we still keep the economic growth.
Right.
Yes. You know now we have the Sustainable Development Goals. So especially in SDG 13, we will focus on the net zero target in 2050.
Right.
And then we act for the climate change. And how can we get these targets?
Right.
How can we get these targets? Actually, in economic activities.
Right.
Yes, so that in our research, we will try to find the answers. We will try the answers in through different channels.
Right.
The first channel, so we focus on the economic growth activities, economic stability and environmental quality. The second channel we focus on the finance. How finance can enhance the environmental quality. And the third channel we focus on the energy use, especially renewable energy or non-renewable energy. How can they push the economic growth and environmental quality?
Wow, that's really impact to society. And then I can see something like we never know before, right? In terms of like how economic can link to environmental impact. And I realize that this one, wow, we are one of the person who creates some impact because we are in the system as well, right? And then, so what method, Dr. Ha, that you use in order to observe this kind of objective?
Actually, depend on your objective. If you want to investigate for the reasons, I mean, for example, ASEAN countries, we can use the panel data with the panel regression, for example, to find out the relationship. And personally, but I refer to investigate this relationship in specific countries because each country has the different situation with other country, and when we cannot find the one solution for everyone. Yes, in this case we can use the some other methods like auto regression, distribution like model, or vector error correction models. Yes, and these models will help you to find the long-term relationship and short-term relationship.
So in terms of this one, to see like the short-term and long-term relationship, they have different methods in order to measure this one, right? And then I think that it's very interesting in terms of like people from outside like economic field, right? And then one thing that I would like to know, like, so what's the difference in terms of context? Can you see something like similar or something different? So you do with in Vietnam and Thailand, is that right? So what's the similar thing that you found?
The similar thing I found is that we are in the same stage. I mean the early stage of the relationship between the economic growth and environmental problem. It so means that Vietnam or Thailand also have the similar problem. We are paying by
what?
Environmental quality.
Okay, like what?
For economic development.
So like in terms of like, because we are in the same region, so the impact could be similar, right? And then can you give me example of like what kind of impact, like in terms of environmental impact? Are there any specific one?
For example, environmental impact, maybe we when we try to increase the economic activity in industries or in service or in agriculture.
Okay, agriculture.
So they will impact. They will have different impacts on the environmental quality. Normally, I use two indicators. Yes, carbon dioxide and
carbon dioxide,
and nitrous oxide to measure the environmental degradation.
So that means the activities that we see in Vietnam and Thailand. So our what is called main career is from agriculture and service, right? And then these activities also like create like a huge environmental impact because we need we need activities and those things. It's
Yes, specific. I can show you some relationship. For example, industries and manufacturing normally contribute to the carbon dioxide.
Carbon
And
dioxide.
yes, and also agriculture can contribute mostly in nitrous oxides. So because we have the different impact, so if we want to find the target policy, we need to find out which sector will have the which impact on environment.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting that like you can see like the relationship between an activities, it's very close to our
Yes.
what it's called. Now we are in the, I can say we are in economic system, right? And then we are part of the what is called of the process that we also create some environmental impact. And then I'm from tourism sector, and then this one also generates like environmental impact. Is that right, Professor?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very, very kind of like very close to ourselves. And then may I ask you like in terms of like academic implications of this one, do you have any kind of like suggestion or from your work what you see about this one?
As I said before, so we are in the early stage.
Yes.
So actually, we are in the environmental problem.
Yes, yes.
But luckily, so we have some channel to find out is in our research we find when we develop the financial development. I mean, we focus on the sustainable finance, like green bond, and like we can give the loans for the green project, so we can reduce the environmental impact. Yes, although we can keep the economic growth.
Yeah.
Yes, because if you want to keep your economic growth rate, so for example 5 or 6%, you need to invest more. Yes, invest more into the infrastructure, industries,
Yes.
agriculture,
Even
service. Yes,
transportation.
and it's cause the environmental problem. But if we select some green project, yes, to invest, to give the finance, and also we encourage using renewable energy in agriculture, and we apply the circular economy. Yeah, so maybe it can help us to reduce, to enhance the environment quality.
Wow. So that means, according to your research, you used a different method and you found out like, okay, if we have some kind of this suggestion, we have solution in order to what is called make it more like friendly environmental impact. So that means we have choice. Is that right? Your research that means provide a choice according to the finding. So that's the things that very surprising me that what I'm thinking before. I think that okay, research, economics, method we know, and so what. Oh, and now we realize that okay, we need to find like what's exactly the way out, because every sector we need to concern, not just about like financial, right? Not just about like other sector. So every sector, every industry, we have to concern about this one.
Yes.
Oh.
And one thing is, so we cannot use the same policy for every sectors. We need to separate. Yes. For example, in agriculture, we need to focus on the renewable energy. How we need to focus on the technology, and we change the technology using less energy. But with industries or some industry and manufacturing, it's very hard to use they have to use the energy. It's very hard to give the renewable supply. So that's why in this case we need to focus on the green project. Green project is mean the project will take care about the environmental degradation.
So that means like after we know that okay they have operation, like why we don't think about they have like the green like or the greener operation, the one that we concern more about environmental impact, but maybe we cannot replace, as you say, like we cannot just take out like this one you used to have what is called bio like or something like and then after that we can say like okay we can replace or not just replace, we can use what is called like other or we can option, we have option renewable in order to what is called make it more friendly to environment.
In early stage we can enhance but we cannot remove the problem.
Wow.
We need to accept the problem for the economic growth. Yes, but we can enhance, we can reduce the environmental impact time by time.
Right. Professor or Dr. Ha, today I think it's very like precious time for me and for audience as well, because we know like sometimes we think about economic and then environment, we think that it's different story, but after Dr. Ha's research we can see that okay, the fighting why we need to study is about like we need to find like what exactly the way out to make the world better in terms of make it greener and then make it more sustainable, and then research can be one of the tools that we can enhance or we can help the world to be more what is called we save the world for our what is called next generation, and then today is very valuable, and then I would like to say thank you Dr. Ha very much for giving us the time, and then I hope that your research you can update your research like next time, and then we're gonna see like if you have any opportunity or you want to share something, so that's gonna be good for us and then as well, and then thank you very much for today's session.
Thank you very much for your invitation, and I am very happy to sharing.
Yes, thank you very much. ค่ะสำหรับวันนี้นะคะ KKBS Research Podcast นะคะก็ขอขอบคุณทุกท่านนะคะที่ติดตามเรามาจนถึงช่วงสุดท้ายนะคะซึ่งงานวิจัยของดร. Ha ค่ะถือว่าเป็นงานวิจัยที่เราอาจจะมองว่ามันดูไกลตัวนะคะเรื่องของ Economic กับเรื่องของ Environment แต่สุดท้ายเนี่ยสองเรื่องเนี่ยมันไปด้วยกันเราจะทำยังไงให้การเติบโตทางเศรษฐกิจก็โตขึ้นไปด้วยแล้วเราก็ยังต้องคอนเซิร์นในเรื่องของคอนเซิร์นหรือว่าเราให้ความสนใจหรือใส่ใจกับส่วนของที่เป็นสิ่งแวดล้อมเพื่อการพัฒนาอย่างยั่งยืนนะคะถือว่างานวิจัยของท่านอาจารย์ Impact มากๆนะคะก็ในครั้งนี้นะคะขอบคุณทุกท่านนะคะฝากติดตามรับชมรับฟัง KKBS Research Podcast ได้ใน EP ถัดไปนะคะท่านสามารถติดตามเราได้ในทุกช่องทางด้านล่างนะคะขอขอบคุณค่ะ